Okay, now how the chapter comments on the story of the people who went to meet the Prophet. They stayed in the masjid. We should learn from the messenger, peace be upon him. He didn't call them, go out, filthy kafirs, and stuff like that I hear, like the opposite of da'wah, you know. So follow his example. He was a good host. He invited them to the masjid. They stayed in it. And he used respect and logical discussions with them. The guidelines he followed are great. So first, the reminders of the basics. Verse 2, Allah, there is no God except Him, the ever-living, the one who sustains all that exists. Verse 20, so if they dispute with you, say, I have submitted myself to Allah, and those who follow me did the same. And say to those who were given the book and the Gentiles, did you submit yourselves? If they do, they are rightly guided. But if they turn away, your duty is only to convey the message. Allah is all-seer of the worshippers. You'll find something similar to this in James in the Bible. Submit yourselves therefore to God. Verse 85, and whoever seeks a religion other than submission to God, it will never be accepted of him, and hereafter he will be one of the losers. Again, the same similar verses are in the Bible. Another thing you'll find in this part about the messenger and his discussion with the people of the book is showing respect to the prophets and the people they respect, the people they also believe in. Verse 33, Allah chose Adam, Noah, the family of Abraham, and the family of Imran above Al-Alamin, which means mankind and jinn, the creatures or the beings that live, that exist, that were created. Verse 42, and remember or mention when the angel said, O Maryam or Mary, verily Allah has chosen you, purified you, and chosen you above the women of Al-Alamin. Also you'll find rational discussions. Verses like 59, verily the likeness of Jesus before Allah is the likeness of Adam. He created him from dust, and he said to him, be, and he is. Verse 65, O people of the book, why do you dispute about Abraham, while the Torah and the Gospel were not revealed till after him? Have you then no sense? Verse 66, verily you have disputed about that of which you have knowledge. Why do you then dispute concerning that which you have no knowledge? It's Allah who knows, and you know not. Verse 61, then whoever disputes with you concerning him, referring to Jesus, after the knowledge that has come to you, say, come, let us call our sons and your sons, and our women and your women, ourselves and yourselves. Then we pray and invoke the curse of Allah upon those who lie. This is to remind people and to warn them against lying. Finding common terms, a very important point in a discussion. Verse 64 says, O people of the book, come to a just or a common word between us and you, that we worship none but Allah, which is the Creator, God, and that we associate no partners with Him, and that none of us shall take others as lords beside Allah. Then, if they turn away, say, bear witness that we are submitted to God. And then on a good note, this is a very important thing in a discussion. So, verse 75, among the people of the book is he who, if entrusted with great amount of wealth, will readily pay it back, and among them there is he who, if entrusted with a single silver coin, will not repay it unless you constantly stand demanding, because they say, there is no blame on us in the Gentiles, but they tell a lie against Allah, while they know it. Verse 113, not all of them are alike. A party of the people of the book stand for the right. They recite the verses of Allah during the hours of the night, prostrating themselves in prayer. Verse 199, and there are certainly among the people of the book those who believe in Allah, and in that which has been revealed to you, and in that which has been revealed to them, humbling themselves before Allah. They do not sell the verses of Allah for a little price. For them is a reward with their Lord. Surely Allah is swift in account. Okay, this is the part about the discussion between the people of the book and the Muslims. Now we move to the last part of the surah, which is the comment on the Battle of Uhud. Of course, I'm reading um, a few verses, a few chosen verses, but you'll find more when you read the chapter. Verse 138, the part of the chapter about the Battle of Uhud. Of course, you know that the archers left their places. They disobeyed the orders from the messenger, and this is when they started to lose. So in verse 138, this referring to Quran, this is a plain statement for mankind, guidance and instruction to those who are al-muttaqun, or the righteous, the pious. Okay. 139. So do not become weak, nor be sad, and you will be superior, if you are indeed true believers. 140. If a wound has touched you, for sure a similar wound has touched the others, and so are the days we give to men by turns, that Allah may test those who believe, and that He may take martyrs from among you, and Allah likes not the wrongdoers. Verse 144. Muhammad is no more than a messenger, and indeed messengers have passed away before him. If he dies or is killed, will you then turn back on your heels? Well, there's verse 130. I'll end with this verse, inshallah. This talk will end with this verse. You'll notice something like strange. What is this verse doing here? Verse 130. O you who believe, eat not usury doubled and multiplied, but fear Allah that you may be successful. It's between verses about the battle. What's the verse about riba or usury doing in here? Okay, now the believers with the messenger know that they should obey the laws of God, and that if they disobey, they will lose and they will suffer. So while they are in this mentality that we should obey, they are ready to listen and obey, will give them something very important, because usury is a great sin. So this verse in this place is very important, and every time you suffer or you're in distress or in hardship because you disobeyed, you remember that obeying is important to succeed. So we'll end at this point today. Okay, thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.